The Mississippi River is one of the longest rivers in North America, stretching over 2,300 miles from Minnesota all the way to the Gulf. And for hundreds of years, it's basically been America's highway, used for trade, travel, and fishing. It's also a river that's constantly moving and changing, and as it shifts, it creates these giant sandbars that feel like temporary little islands in the middle of nowhere. So after storms or changing water levels, some sandbars can completely disappear, while new ones start forming somewhere else. Now, while this river has been known for trade and travel, it's also become a playground for pilots and boaters right in the middle of America. And for our Mississippi stop, there was really only one thing we wanted to do: land our plane on one of those sandbars and camp there overnight. Hi, we're Aaron and Paul, and 6 years ago we had this crazy dream: to own our own plane, fly it to all 50 states, and explore the best things to do on and just off airport all across the US. And after years of learning, then building our dream plane last year, we're finally doing it, flying ourselves in our plane Tina to all 50 states powered by Lycoming. So welcome to state number 6, Mississippi.
Well, it's looking like the weather's clearing up today, so I think we got a sandbar landing coming in Mississippi. Let's go! Let's go!
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Our time in Mississippi has low-key been a little longer than anticipated, but I'm not mad about it because Paul got to fly in 802 yesterday. Well, actually, I am mad about that because I lost rock, paper, scissors, shoot to that. Now we're finally getting to do what we came here for. We are headed out to the plane to get Tina prepped and ready for the sandbar expedition.
I was looking at the forecast for the Mississippi River, and it looks like it will raise an inch tonight alone. And so we'll go to sleep and then we'll wake up and the Mississippi River's an inch higher. I want to give ourselves as much safety margin as possible. If we decrease weight of the plane, it can get off the ground faster, and that's just more margin. So if there's stuff in the plane we don't need for this trip, we're gonna ditch it. With this being our first time going on these sandbars and experiencing backcountry in a true, authentic way, where we're landing on stuff that's not runways at all, I think it's just probably pretty wise to take out as much weight as possible and give us as much performance as possible for this one. Goal of tonight: don't let Tina drown and be able to still take off in the morning with plenty of runway or sand. Beep, 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 beep. All right, now to just offload some of this gear.
I'm only bringing the bare essentials.
We haven't had the cabinets out of here since the build. This is our first time taking these out.
That's not wild.
This is wild. Wow, I haven't seen this floor in a while. We have beautiful carbon floors that, get covered up all the time.
One box is gone. I think we may be keeping this one in though. We're still taking some things like oil and our hammock and yeah. This is 10 pounds. We're taking out another 10 pounds. Did you eat breakfast?
Yeah, so I just added on the 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Aaron and I have documented a ton of our education on getting all of our ratings and learning how to fly planes over on Instagram. The learning's never done. I know that's so cliche, everyone says it, but it truly isn't. We want to fly more backcountry, and that is a different type of flying than we have really done. So the training hasn't stopped. We were pretty intentional to go to Arkansas last week because I wanted to be sure to fly with many guys who are experts in backcountry aviation. In my CFI course back last January, you learn about building blocks. You just step up to things. And this is one of those things that I feel like we're stepping up to, and I feel like we're ready. We've done a ton of prep for it. We've been flying a ton. We have 180 hours on this bird. So we're finally at the place where we're pretty comfy in her, and we're starting to figure out how she performs in different scenarios. So now is a prime time to go ahead and stretch those boundaries a bit, get on the sandbar, and do what we've been dreaming of doing, and that is camping anywhere.
It's so nice having these cubbies cover up the chaos.
All packed up. Ready to kick it?
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Cleveland traffic, 513 Echo Papa is lining up to wait, 36, Cleveland. This is weird, not putting in a flight plan.
I know, just gonna go play on the Mississippi. Straight ahead of us on our G3X, you can see that there's an island in the Mississippi. So why don't we just start there? If it's big enough to be charted as an island, then maybe it's a big sandbar.
Alright.
We talked to several guys who fly backcountry around here, and they dropped us some pins, and they're like, hey, go check these out. They're usually pretty good. And they said they're like islands. We're gonna go check some of those out, and then we'll just like fly the river and see what feels good.
Goal is to find a spot that has trees and wood so Paul could make his weird cooked steak and potatoes.
Weird. I think it's gonna be delicious.
I'm so worried we're not gonna have food tonight. I just go get some McDonald's at a certain point.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this sandbar.
Yeah, this is sick.
Let's check it out. So we're just gonna overfly, see how it looks. That looks pretty not wet, so that's probably pretty soft sand right there to the left. Second notch of flaps.
Are you rolling tires or what are you doing?
No, I'm just overflying right now, just seeing what it looks like. Yeah, that doesn't look like a good line. Maybe over here, like maybe this, like right through here.
Right
See
here
this?
could be good.
This looks great, actually. That looks great. Well, that's a good option. We can keep going.
That is a good option. So let's find a few others.
This is like another massive island.
That is a big one.
I didn't think the sandbars would be this large.
No, I didn't either.
I didn't expect this. Let's climb up over that barge, give me 500 feet here.
If I could pick my ideal sandbar, it's surrounded by water, has some trees, plenty of landing distance safe for us to land. Also that if water does rise, no biggie. But I'd love for it to be in the middle of the river.
Yeah, this one doesn't look that great. This one's got a
It's
lot
got a lot
of
of
hills,
Bumps.
a lot of bumps. This would not be pleasant to land on. So let's riff up north.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's so funny, like, training in planes for so long, we don't get to just go play. And this is truly just going and playing, you know? Like, let's go explore, let's rip these sandbars, let's just enjoy and have some fun.
I like this type of flying. I want to get comfy with it.
Agreed. One consideration in, like, my planning of all of this, it's hard to denote what you can and cannot land on. But when you go to a new state, each state and local municipality has its own bylaws on what you can and cannot land on, where aircraft are welcome and where they're not. Even BLM land in different states are different, and so a lot of times you need to call ahead and get permissions to land places. A really safe bet that I'm finding, and I mean this is the best I got, is I'm calling local backcountry guys who've been in the area for a really long time, and they know where it is okay and not okay to land. So they pointed out several of these strips to us in the Mississippi, and it's like, yeah, these are all good to land on. So we got the local okay. As I was talking to all these backcountry guys as well, they told me how all these sandbars move constantly. You know, the river will rise and fall, and one year this massive sandbar will be here, something like this, and then next year it'll just be completely moved. It'll be different than this. These are truly kind of like floating islands. Dude, this one.
Oh, this spot looks sick.
This could work. This is such a big place to land. The wind's right aligned. That is so perfect.
What do you think?
Yeah, I feel good about that. That felt really hard pack. That was good. I'll modify my approach. I was a little too high on that one and a little fast, so I want to get more flaps in sooner. Yeah, this looks sweet. Modify for wind a little bit.
5, 3, 2, 1.
You landed Tina on a sandbar?
We got her on the sandbar.
Wow!
She wasn't smooth. She was a bit fast, not super smooth, but we got her.
This place is stunning. I never would have guessed that this was in the middle of Mississippi. It's so funny because we got caught there because of weather the past couple of days, and being on this sandbar or island just feels so different from the rest of Cleveland, Mississippi. Before we landed, I looked to see how far we were from the Cleveland airport that we departed from, and we were still like a 15-minute flight back. I think this is like probably one of the best spots we could have picked.
Yeah, I'm glad we kept going a little longer because this is like, I don't know, this is probably a 4,000 foot strip for me right here.
Wow, that tail does dig in. Right on landing, we felt this pull. On landing on sand, you'll feel it drag you back a little bit. That was cool. We're on a sandbar in the Mississippi.
What's your thoughts?
I'm kind of thinking we bring Tina down here somewhere.
You like it down there better?
I do. It's shielded from the wind. We're up closer to the forest and everything.
It is less windy down here than it is up there.
Yeah.
All right, let's go move her.
All right, cool.
Were you stressed? I was stressed.
I was stressed. I mean, especially like as we got further to the river, it was getting really rocky and you could feel it sinking on the sand a little bit. This is good though. I like having an environment like this that's pushing us and that's teaching us how she acts on sand. And that was super controlled because you were outside, you were watching things, and like I was inside, we were taking it slow. This is great.
Yeah, best of
we
both
have
worlds.
a great campsite. I love this.
We probably have enough for now.
Yeah. All right, I just ChatGPT'd this. How to cook a steak on a campfire with no aluminum foil. I think the steak's the easy part, it says, and really it's all about the coals. So right now I'm just burning a ton more wood, and it says wrist to medium-sized wood to get like really good coals. So I think we're there, we're getting there. And it also says no flames, so trial by fire, literally.
Whoa, Paul.
I think just salt and pepper to cover up the soot.
Well, as the Lion King says, it is time.
It's great. Bar just coasting by, just cooking our steak on a campfire.
Start the timer. I just keep saying, worst thing, we have eggs for dinner. Worst thing, it's breakfast for dinner. We got oatmeal and eggs. Well, we had our first flip. And she's actually not looking too bad. Steak or no steak? Chef
You know, like
or
when
no
you cook a steak on the grill and you underdo it, people are always like, oh, you can always just nuke it later, it's fine, you can get it. We don't have that option here. Like, you gotta. Yeah. I don't know.
You forgot the potatoes. This is so a risky booze.
All right, I'm gonna pull it. Ooh, I feel like that was the riskiest part, taking over the sand. It'll be interesting to see if she's done on the inside, though. Holy pepper. I put way too much pepper on there.
Truth be told.
Bro, that's cooked perfectly.
Is it?
Yeah, that's medium to medium rare. That is perfect. All right, but that only matters if it tastes okay.
You gonna try the first bite?
Yeah, fats caramelized. Oh my gosh. I think I just made a masterpiece. Chink chink.
I'm nervous. Do we have a meal?
Like, I don't think you'll want any of this. I think you should eat eggs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think I should just eat this.
Paul!
It slaps. It's so good. Honest reaction. Kind of charcoaly.
Kind of gritty.
Gritty?
I have a little grip. But the flavor's really good. It's a little charcoaly. I'd eat the steak.
Yeah.
Good work, sir.
Last time we made it.
Perfect, Paul. Paul and I feel like in a lot of these videos have been saying our time in certain places isn't enough time. We've spent way longer in Mississippi than I think either of us anticipated we were going to be here. It was supposed to be a pretty quick stopover. We'd come camping a little bit and then head out and head to the next state. Obviously, weather had a mind of its own and it kept us here a little longer, but so much has happened here. It got us talking last night about how, like, what if we just slowed this whole process down? We realized we're over 1/10 of the way through all 50 states, and we were like, it feels like we're kind of rushing through it. We're doing our bucket list activities for sure. Like, we're 100% doing what we want to do, but we're quickly moving on to the next thing instead of just enjoying the process along the way.
And we're getting so many DMs from you guys of like, hey, you got to check this out in this state, or go fly to this airport in the state after we posted. And we're like, oh my gosh, that'd be so cool to do that. And I feel it's a lot of missed opportunity that we really want to explore these states to the fullest. I think of like Texas, we went to one spot, but how
Texas is
big
huge!
is Texas?
Now we're kind of like, maybe we stretch this out and enjoy the process a little bit longer. I'm genuinely curious what y'all's thoughts are on that. I think it would be a lot more of the in-between of things too, not just like the next state and the activity, but I think it's gonna be a lot more of the journey. It may just change the vibe of the videos, it may change the format of the videos, but just want to let y'all know where we're at.
I think it'd be fun to share with you guys more of the in-between as well, like not just us here on this island, but everything else in between. We give you guys a taste of it, but I think it'd be fun to tell bigger stories and lean more into this exploration and trying to find unique experiences, because so much of it is unknown until we land in a place. Those are our thoughts. I'd love for you guys to put in the comments what you guys think of this, because yeah, it's been a lot of fun to have you guys along for the ride, and always love going through all the comments. We go through all the comments, so definitely thank you for always engaging with us and chatting with us.
We'll see y'all in...
It's official. We're not alone on this island.
There are animals out here.